Alright everyone, welcome back. Got another 1v1 for you here. It's going to be Phoenix versus Warlock. This is actually maybe a little bit of an interesting one. Who knows? This is, of course, the precursor to Ocean versus RNG, our second best of three of the day. Winner of this is going to get selection priority for their team. I'm Basskip, and now I am joined by the wonderful Danog. How you doing,
Hello.
bud?
I'm alright, how are you?
Yeah, doing pretty well. It's been chill days so far. We got a little bit of a break in between Series 1 and Series 2, thanks to the 2-0 from eHome. I was saying a little bit earlier that I was looking at the matchups for today, and I did feel like it could be a little bit one-sided. I guess we'll just have to see how things proceed, but yeah, eHome did look pretty convincing in that first series.
Yeah, I think we're going to be probably finishing off with the best series of the day today with LGD versus Asta, right?
Yeah, that should be good. And like LGD have looked pretty good. Yeah, I would say that could be relatively close. Probably still expecting LGD to take it, but we'll just have to see. Warlock is a surprisingly good mid hero. Like, he's got good damage. He's got pretty good spells. I think I'm favoring the Warlock in this situation. Like, Monet playing very aggressively. Has another Fatal Bond. Got the Shadow Word ready. And Phoenix with no armor, just getting punched.
Yeah, and those strength gauntlets not doing all too much compared to previously with the new change in 7.26. I know it's only 3 strength on each of them, but the magic resist still helps a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a little bit annoying. Alright, these Fire Spirits are doing work, but Monet just kind of manning up onto Fame. Fairy Fire number 1 popped. Trying to head for the hills. Is he going to look for a TP? Yeah, no, he just dives back. So I still think that was pretty decent for Monet. At least Fame gets a couple of denies, but he's now getting pretty much completely zoned out of the lane. He's got a salve. Alright, he's just going to pop that, but you know, Monet's still just doing fine.
Yeah, all he's got coming out to him is another salve, basically. Meanwhile, Monet, he's starting to extend his lead a little bit. He's leading in the last hits, leading in the denies, leading in the harass. He's doing pretty well.
Yeah, does he have some mangoes? He's got 1 mango coming out and a Sobi. So, a little bit of mono regen coming his way. Gonna be going for a bunch of null talismans after that. The second salve already getting popped. Okay, man, he is really just trying to get his HP back up into a position where maybe he can commit for something at level 4, something like that. Fire Spirit's coming out. See if that's going to secure him a couple of CS, perhaps.
Well, now those Fire Spirits actually start doing a decent amount of damage. You know, hitting onto that level 3, it's a big power spike, more than doubles your damage. Same thing at level 4. The Icarus dive starts to do triple the damage that it does at level 1. So he's gone for it now.
Yeah, it just seems like a little bit of harassment. Get that you'll guarantee that last Fire Spirit. Monet, if you really... Oh. Well, I don't know if that's what he wanted to do. Just bond the 2 creeps together.
Yeah.
Alright, bit of a waste of mana there, unfortunately for him. Could have maybe done with the heal for himself, but... Okay.
Just more regen coming up for Fame here. He just realized that he needs to last until this level 4, which he has reached. Now it's a case of, does he dive into actual tower range and cop a couple of those hits from the tower?
Yeah, so he's got a salve. Monet's got enough mana for 1 spell currently, and a big stack of mangoes coming on the courier.
Maybe trying to bait out the... There we go. So he's used it offensively here on Monet, which means he won't be able to heal himself. And he's starting to take some decent damage now. I don't know about this from Fame. He doesn't have a tango ticking.
Yeah, the Bond's doing decent damage. Monet just gonna keep on clicking the wave. Might just go running forward and trying to get another Shadow Word. Yeah, able to completely zone the Phoenix back. Phoenix diving through, in fact, just to do a little bit more damage. Alright.
It's a decent amount.
They're both very low. Monet has not ferried a salve or anything. I don't know if he's gonna bother healing himself, or he's just gonna try and keep the pressure on. Another salve getting popped. Man, this poor Phoenix's net worth is just all getting chewed up in salves. He's even got another one in the inventory.
Just for a rainy day.
Yeah. So he's trying to keep on trading and put himself in a position. Oh, Monet actually managed to dodge that first Fire Spirit. Just get caught by the second. Man, he can't seem to get an HP edge on Monet. Like, no matter what he does, he's just always getting nuked down.
He does have 3 Fairy Fires handy, though, so he's sending 3 health pots out to himself.
Monet just takes the hill for a second there. Alright, 5 minutes gone. CS is not particularly high this game on either side.
We haven't had any 1v1s go all the way to 10 minutes, have we?
No, we came, my first 1v1 today came close. It was Axe versus Rubik, and it went like 9 minutes. Because Faith Beyond was just backlaning on the Axe the entire time. And
It's a lot of units linked together here.
yeah, this is Phoenix getting pretty low. If he can get to 6, he's got a pretty good opportunity there. Monet forced to use the first heal on himself. What's he got coming out on the courier? It's just an Observer Ward and a Null Talisman. Doesn't have the mana for the Chaotic Offering, unfortunately. Just trying to buy up a few more mangoes. And Fame, alright, here comes another salve. Might even be the double salve.
3 Observer Wards coming out to him as well.
Actually, I guess he would prefer not to use the salve and just get the 6 if possible. But I think he can get a kill. Mona's not really staying on very high HP, and these Fire Spirits are starting to actually do some pretty decent damage. How many mangoes is it? Okay, 3 mangoes coming in, so he can drop his items, pop all the mangoes. Maybe he'll have enough for everything. At that point, we do have the Supernova available, but mana a little bit short for Fame, and I don't... Does he have a mango coming out? Oh, he's got 2 mangoes coming. I think both of them are going to be trying for something in a second. We'll just have to see who it works out for. Monet playing very aggressively, dive through, but still doesn't have the mana for the ultimate. Will come in with it now. Monet just trying to run for it. He's still ticking down. He gets the heal off. He's still got his golem alive as well. But yeah, Fame gonna keep on chasing. He got the reset. And Monet not backing up far enough. Looks like he will be brought down. There's your first blood. Can he get the immediate counter kill with his golem? Really, really needs it. Still chasing. Still chasing. There's the counter kill. So it's still 1-1, Danog.
Oh, but not the immediate GG call. This is what we've been waiting for the entire time. Right?
Yeah, yeah. Where's my full 1v1? That's so so Warlock's winning on net worth by less than just over 100. So very, very close, but he actually respawns that little bit faster. So he's back out in the lane.
Tactical first blood.
Well, I don't think... Like, surely Phoenix can't kill without the
Supernova.
or maybe... I don't know, maybe he can. So it's a very interesting situation now. Monet with full mana, so lots of heal potential from the Shadow Word. Whoever buys more regen may actually just lose.
Well, this is the difference now, right? They've got the 2 braces completed on the Phoenix, they've got the 2 null tallies completed on the Warlock, so which is going to be more impactful.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to see. Fame being forced to CS underneath the tower, doing pretty well. He's got decent damage now with those bracers. And yeah, Monet still just trying to drive him out with the spells for now.
It's really close. I mean, the net worth, it's still slightly Warlock favored, but it's only 50 gold. And the last hit's basically dead even.
Yeah, 28-15, 27-16. Monet with a bunch more mangoes. Actually, the dive in here. He's got the Supernova again. Monet, I don't think he's getting out of this one. Trying to walk it off. There will be another dive. Monet walking back. Still healing. The Shadow Word is doing good work, but Fame with the auto attacks almost bringing him down. And that's it. 2 kills for the Phoenix. He's done it.
That was a pretty good 1v1.
Yeah, I like that.
Nice and exciting.
And both players, really trying, instead of somebody just phoning it in within the first minute and 30 seconds or something.
That's the way you sort of see these things happen throughout these tournaments, right? Like, you start with all this momentum, you're like, yeah, new tournament, we're ready to go. Then sort of around week 3, it kind of drops off a little bit. You're like, oh, another match. Yeah. But now it's the last day, and they're like, right, we gotta end this on a high note.
Yeah, I guess for both of them, this is the last 1v1 that they're going to have to play. I don't There might be the same rules in the DPL CDA league. I guess we'll have to see once the rule set for that is all out. But maybe they'll be playing some more 1v1s. I guess it depends on whether or not they feel like this has been a success, boosting engagement and getting people to come and vote. It's certainly been fun, though maybe not the most balanced thing in the world. We're getting good data for the next big 1v1 tournament. Clearly,
exactly. Like who should be included in it as well as some interesting hero combinations. I want to see some more Phoenix v Warlock.
Yeah, I think this could actually be. I think there's a meta game to develop here in Phoenix v Warlock. Anyway, we're gonna head to a break. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And when we come back, game 1 of RNG versus Ocean will be ready to rock and roll. So RNG just having to grab mid or safe lane, I suppose. Mars can fill multiple different roles, so I guess they do also have the opportunity to pick up an offlaner here if they want it. I don't know if there is any thought given to like a bounty hunter against the Riki, but no, just gonna be a Naga Siren.
Yeah, pretty good. Again, it's one of these great combos together with the Treant Protector, with the Mars Ultimate. I think Bounty would have worked completely fine because, as you said, it wasn't really a strong pushing lineup on Ocean's side just yet. Their sieging isn't great outside of the Dazzle, so you don't have to worry about doing a ton of wave clear, but Naga, she fulfills the ganking potential on the Riki as well as a bunch of other factors in this game.
Yeah, and she gives some just really nice inevitability, right? With that pick, RNG now certainly have the better late game, so Ocean, a lot of pressure on them to be the ones really making the aggressive moves and making the plays, and then not only getting those kills, but somehow being able to get these towers against the Treant Protector. Not necessarily going to be an easy task. Is there anything else? Are there any cores you can think of that use the Naga Siren setup well here? I'm just gonna go for a
Queen. Yeah, I was about to say Queen of Pain. It's always great to be able to get the guaranteed Sonic Wave in afterwards. You get that little bit of extra pushback now with the, recent-ish change to the QoP, so you just get a bit more of that. I mean, you can even like push people back into the Mars Ultimate, which is nice.
Yeah, this Queen of Pain, just nice early fighting hero, right? You can the plan for RNG seems pretty straightforward, really. It's just kind of take the occasional fight with your medium cooldown ultimates, split push otherwise with the QoP and the Naga. QoP might need to buy something like a Force Staff this game just to help play against the Riki a little bit, but I don't think that's even too much of a deviation in the build for Queen of Pain. It's not like you're 100% reliant on getting like a Yules or something early to be able to play your game. QoP really just needs a couple of small items. So Ocean, what do they go for now as their mid pickup? Really not so easy to pick against the QoP. If you want to go all the way back to like classic matchups, the Dragon Knight is still in the pool and certainly has a decent 1v1 against the QoP.
I just don't know if it's fast enough. Well, they are going DK, but again, it just feels a little slow against what RNG are trying to do. It would be super all in, but Lycan, unless it was banned out, I didn't quite have a look there. Might have been the option, but yeah, they're putting some faith in themselves. They've got, again, good pick off, but I don't think you can go into, for example, the Blink Dagger build on this DK. I think that'll just allow the Naga to start to come into the game, so it's just going to have to be this balls to the wall, push, push, push style on Ocean. Yeah,
they're just gonna have to get a bunch of early items and just go for it. There's really no other options on the table for Ocean in this situation. Like, what else have we got? So they do have, so it's just 5 Dazzle. It's a 3 Tusk, so they're not even gonna have like the full pushing power of the Dazzle. It's just this triple melee run at you, hoping that the Riki can get off to a good start, get some kills, the Dragon Knight there to take the towers. And oh man, if I was Ocean here, I would definitely be scared of seeing Monet on the Naga Siren this game.
I mean, you're scared of a lot of things, you know. You've got 3 melee cores. I don't think we've seen a pos 3 Tusk work out once this this tournament.
No, because what, JT tried to play it the once, that did not go well. We saw another one just a couple of days ago, also did not look fantastic. Yeah, hasn't been a good time for old the Dusk.
The Dusk, from, his name is Emir. But you've got, like, you got Overgrowth that can deal with 3 melee heroes. You've got Song of the Siren that can deal with 3 melee heroes in close proximity. You've got the Mars ultimate. I mean, sure, you can jump out of it and I guess snowball out of it. And then you've got the Scream and the Sonic Wave. So it's a ton of stuff that's really punishing if you get caught out as these 3 cores.
Yeah, not going to be easy.
And it's predictable what they're going to be doing as well. So it's not like you don't know Ocean's game plan.
Yeah, they can't afford to farm even a little bit, right? Like any second that they spend farming is just a second they're losing the game, really. Like Ricky and Tusk absolutely have to be running around and getting kills non-stop, and they somehow have to find the time to pressure this Naga Siren in between everything else. So have to see how it goes.
Alright, so they've got the Dazzle up here to start the game. I wonder if that's just for the room contest and then he'll start going down, or is it going to be all in on stopping this Monet farm early on? Looks like Dazzle's leaving.
I think it would be a mistake to try and pressure the Naga right out of the gate. I think they just need to actually secure Ricky's lane. I think that's by far the most important thing. They have absolutely zero chance if Ricky doesn't have a good start.
What is that Naga hat? It's like an octopus on its head.
Yeah.
Ooh. I gotta say, it's not a good looking one. Reminds me of... Did you ever see that game like Octodad?
Yeah, it's a fun game. It does remind me of... it's got the right, like, coloring. The one thing, if open is, like, cosmetics, you can see he's been gifted 2 of these different sets, like the weapons and the head are both being gifted by the same person, and they've just used like the little emoji, not emoji, but emoticon, like faces as their gift descriptions. It's great. Okay, so mid lane just kind of a CS battle. This is not actually the most interesting matchup. Top lane, I don't believe that Monet and Super should have a ton of kill potential up here. So maybe bottom lane is the place to be currently. What's going on? September's chasing couriers. Oh no, the courier just gets bopped. XMY trying to get a sentry in here. Maybe trying to get a little bit of a D-ward going. And he's just spamming living armor over on his Mars while chasing around with boots.
Yeah, I mean, they don't need to get aggressive at all here on RNG. They can sit back and just make sure that the cores get their farm.
Yeah, so far they seem to be doing that. Still pretty early days. Okay, so Snapfire trying to interrupt some pulls. I don't know if the Snapfire really needs to drag any waves. It seems like Tusk is doing okay over here, though. I don't know how much they're going to be able to stop the Naga Siren's farm. We'll have to see. This living armor is going to be such a nuisance for the Ricky this game, I think, especially because the hero is so reliant on like going around and just picking off soft targets to keep your farm up, and if that living armor is just going to get maxed and spammed out, then who are you going to be able to kill? Because they've got damage problems in general, right? At least they've got Snapfire, so you know Mortimer's Kisses is going to help out somewhat, but
the tag team synergizes relatively well, but it just means that you're committing quite heavily onto one gank, and in that meantime, you've got RNG who, if they're on point with their movements, can just be farming 2 other lanes at the same time.
Setsu mid, is he gonna get all these? And
they're going on to Super.
Yeah, making a move. Can't go on Monet, but they can certainly go on the Oracle, and Fame is gonna secure the first blood. That's pretty nice.
Gets them the pick priority as well as the first blood. Very nice to have.
And that's what they need here, right? They got to get this momentum going, for sure. All right, it's got some items coming out. Mid lane, Dragon Knight is low, and he's got a salve delivered, but he seems to be doing fine. Setsu actually buying up a couple of mangoes just to keep the pressure on here. So that is going to cost him a little bit of gold, but I guess feeling like maybe he can, maybe worth it if he can keep the Dragon Knight low, maybe set up some kind of a kill opportunity, though don't really have the best rotation potential. They found the real Monet, but he's just going to turn around and fight back. Snowball to dodge a little bit of damage, but that means TZY not getting the full value out of his tag team necessarily there. And I think that damage trade actually ended up favoring RNG. Ocean losing another courier at bottom. But they do finally get that D ward behind the tower. So nice, good news for X and Y.
ZC going for this double bracer build as well, wanting to buff up a few of his stats, realizing that it's so important when you've got this DK trying to trade against a
Living
quad.
armor top. They were trying to go in onto the Oracle, but now Monet looking for the turnaround. Bit of a body block with the illusion. And they can't quite nuke him down. Super trying with that last Purifying Flames, but it's only level 1. Yeah, the Train Protector is rotating over to mid lane. Big slowdown on this Dragon Knight, and they've got a double damage on Setsu. ZC turns back around for a second there. Almost ends up costing him his life. The two supports do come TPing in, but I mean, not that much that they can really do other than maybe zone the Queen of Pain back a little bit. Looks like maybe dropping off the south. Setsu jumps forward to cancel that, though. And he's still going to be fine. Putting on so much pressure on this mid lane and forcing both of those rotations from the supports.
Tons of pressure, realizing that he has the support of the Living Armor to try doing something like that, even with the supports in the general vicinity. And just goes to show some great support play coming from RNG as well, enabling him to grab that double damage rune, whereas on Ocean's side, the support came in a reactionary manner, where it was only after ZC was nearly dead.
Yeah, and just no opportunity for a turnaround whatsoever. Dragon Knight maxing out the Dragon's Blood so far, 3 points. September kind of getting gone on. Ola chasing. Sep looking for the juke, not going to find it. Bounty Rune looks like it is also going to be swiped here by Ocean. The bottom lane is completely empty. Ocean just making the aggressive play. Fame looking like he is also going to be able to grab both of these bounties up top, so that is a nice little 4 bounty swing in favor of Ocean, but CS across all 3 lanes still very much favoring RNG.
Yeah, losing out on the kill scores, but at the end of the day, it's the net worth that matters, and right now, top 3 net worth all going to RNG's side.
Yep. Flywind's got the Soul Ring picked up. Ola jumps forward there, but just going to take a bunch of punishment as a result. XMY does manage to get the snipe on the courier, and that means no boots for Flywind. He's kind of just manning up, but the Poison Touch does come here, push back. Ricky needing to be careful, jumps forward, thinks about another jump, but Living Armor's already there. Yeah, you know, you don't want to go jumping into that, that's for sure. And again, they're hunting for this Dragon Knight on mid. This time around, they will also be bringing the Oracle. If they could kill him, then they could use this catapult to get some pretty good pressure on the tier 1 tower. They could even glyph the wave, maybe.
They've got vision, though.
Yeah,
TP's walked right underneath it.
TP's coming in from the Snapfire, so it's going to be the end of that.
Does reveal a little bit there for RNG. They should know where the vision's coming, and they should prioritize their movements accordingly. But you can just see Monet having a great time on this top side, although he's getting
gets
ganked.
blocked in a little bit, and they figured out which one's the real one. Jump in with the Fire Step Cookie. He doesn't have the point to be able to get the Song of the Siren. Can he go for a TP out, perhaps? He thinks about it, and now he's got no TP. Oh, no.
Boy.
Well, that was a caster curse if I've ever heard one.
Yeah, and Living Armor used onto the Queen of Pain at the time, so not able to be used to save him. You don't really want to do it with an Argus Siren either, it just instantly reveals which one is the real one.
Well, that's definitely not good. Mid tier 1 tower taking a little bit of damage as well. Here's Ocean pop that first Dragon Form, and Super, well, he thought that the ward was somewhere over here on the right hand side, but didn't anticipate that it would be on the cliff, so not actually going to get the D ward this time around.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Flywind is level 6, but you know, doesn't have his boots currently, so not very happy to make any kind of a rotation just yet.
Courier just respawning, and this time maybe he's going to walk a bit closer towards the base, make sure he doesn't get sniped one more time.
Okay, Monet's heading into the jungle. Top lane, they're going on September, and they will be able to bring him down. Easy combo. Setsu looking for the turnaround. Sonic Wave onto both. Can he also find TZY? He's just going to go for the TP out. Scream on cooldown for a little bit too long, but Nice turnaround there. They do also have Super just soaking up the experience in the mid, so RNG still getting a lot out of the map in the meantime. And despite being the support this game, XMY actually still has the Necro Book queued up. I like the confidence.
I mean, that's one way to call it. Confidence. I mean, you're still sitting in last on net worth on your team. The Snapfire doing a pretty decent job, actually.
Yeah, I guess the Snapfire can kind of take over the position 5 role eventually, as they do go into Flywind down here. Good rotation from the Snap. He's got the Rebuke and the pushback, but he's very, very dead. And these rotations from Ocean are working. 5 kills on the board.
Yeah, working pretty well, even with those phase boots completed, not able to get away from the 3-man gang. September just getting the 1 point, and oh, he's actually getting chased up now by Ola.
Elder Dragon form popped over at mid. September trying to juke his way through the trees. Cookie not really in the right position, and September even able to come back over and slow down this push a little bit more before retreating back. He is going to be going for the max Nature's Grasp, it looks like. So a little bit more D-push, a little bit more team fight available for him. Oh, they're trying to jump Setsu, but he gets the blink off in time. They do still have the shards, though, blocking him in. Good damage from the Tusk with these phase boots. They still managed to get the kill.
Yeah, really nice job. A lot of these rotations coming at the key times. Quap's not going to be available for these 10-minute bounty runes. Could they start to put some aggression up onto this one on the top side? The outpost doesn't seem like it. They just want to get the gold lead. Go Ola, keen for it.
Yep, going in, looking towards Super. It does immediately pop the tricks of the trade, so no problem there. That's 1 kill so far. Ocean just going to be disengaging. They know that Flywind's trying to make the rotation. Looks like XMY is pretty dead at this point. Yeah, nowhere to go for him, especially with no boots to his name. So just the support for support trade. Up at top, ZC still applying pressure to the Quap with his double bracer and his treads. The Setsu is going to start firing back at him.
Still going on Flywind.
Yeah, making a move. Can they keep this guy alive? They do get the spear over onto the ice shards, but the nuke damage is enough, and Ocean grabbed themselves yet another kill. They are just running from lane to lane. The Tusk has been everywhere, and despite this, unfortunately, they're still not getting the net worth lead, but at least they're dragging the experience over onto their side. The question is just when are these towers going to be taken? I guess they do have another Elder Dragon
deep in
form
onto
in a sec.
September here, underneath the tier 1 tower.
Yeah, doesn't seem like there's really going to be any punish from RNG. Ricky's going Deso first. Okay. That's an item.
Alright. I want to pick off these heroes ASAP, which is what makes my opinion of this Tree and Protector build a little odd. Like, I can understand getting the Nature's Grasp. You know, you want to push out the waves, create more space for your Naga Siren, have a bit more presence in team fights, but if you're going to go into that level 1 living armor at level 1, then surely I feel you would want to that up a little bit.
They're trying to kill ZC at top. Flywind doesn't have the Arena of Blood for a little bit, but they're still going to make the go here. They've got a lot of slows, and they've got the Overgrowth. Spear at the ready. They might not even need to use the Arena, but here comes the Mortimer's Kisses. Good damage onto September. Can they quite finish him off? No, they can't. Ola, with the double jump forward, does secure that kill. Fame also up here. Setsu looking for the turnaround onto the Ricky, but he's actually just going to keep on fighting. Sonic Wave is at the ready, but this Ricky is mobile. Jump forward. Need to line up that Sonic Wave properly. Fame was trying for the save with the Cookie, but it's not going to be enough, and that is a really big double kill for this Quap to be getting at this stage of the game. That was like 700 gold for him or something.
And it slows everything down for them, and all the while, all of these big ultimates being popped by Ocean, and Monet just sitting on the bottom side, happily farming away. He's going into his Manta style next, and just going to keep the pressure up throughout the map. This smoke's going to be popped though by Flywind.
Oh, Flywind, spear? Nope, not quite fast enough. Looks like he may have been looking elsewhere. Does get the spear now. Super going to try and save him, but this is a lot of damage. Doesn't even want to cast another Purifying Flames. Flywind, still pretty healthy. Retreating back. September's coming over to try and help him out. They don't have the living armor, and here comes the Ice Shards, but this is a really deep dive for Ocean to be making, and Flywind's not even dead yet. Looks like the Urn is going to tick him down, but not before they've already lost the Tusk. Not before they lose Fame shortly after. Alright, perhaps a dive too deep. It did create some space to get a little bit of pressure from this Dragon Knight. Not too terrible, but it's Still
Walking
net
up
worth lead on
into his
RNG.
Siren, taking back the outpost straight away, not wanting to give him any sort of map mobility.
I mean, Monet could just go and cap that again in a second if he wanted to, I think.
Let the illusions do the farming.
So Mars TPing bot has a arena that he's probably eager to use, so that's what they're doing down here. I don't even know what they would necessarily be ganking. It looks like Monet is just going to go back to the safer farm, and Flywind's going to be the one in charge of this bottom lane for a little bit. Setsu trying to steal a stack. Will be forced to blink away from the snowball. He's okay. Nice Ice Shards catches him, though. He does have the blink off cooldown, but here comes the Mortimer's Kisses damage and a good lockdown from the Walrus Punch. That's going to be a quick kill on the Quap. And they get their stack in the end as well. Pretty happy with that.
Taking full advantage of that dire side too. Gonna take it straight away, not waiting for the 15 minutes just to get the increased chance of building up that level 2, or sorry, tier 2 items. They just want to increase the farm ASAP.
Dazzle. Okay. 14 minutes. He's got his Necro 1. XMY making it happen.
No boots, but who needs boots?
The Necro is gonna farm the boots for him. Don't worry about it. He can send it behind himself. In theory, his team is gonna be on the dire side of the map, applying pressure. Yeah. Good theory. We'll see how it works out.
Use it right now too. Walk all the way back to base, pick it up. Another TP, probably a clarity, and then come out.
He's got the trusty shovel as well. This man is the mayor of Value Town currently.
Have you visited Value Town recently?
No, I have not been to Value Town, unfortunately. It's a nice place, but I've been stuck here at home.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
RNG still just farming, still have the net worth lead. Ricky still a little bit away from the desert. They have the blink on the Dragon Knight. It's now being delivered. Ocean still being pretty deftly contained to their side of the map, I would say. Gotta go get some big ganks and hopefully take another one of these tier 1 towers, just open things up a little bit more. The pace is not stopping Monet at all. He's just farming Ancients, he's already got his Yasha. He's not that far away from the Manta style either.
And more importantly, he's getting these items for the rest of his team. You know, 3 tier 2 items so far for RNG versus 0 on Ocean. And when you consider these timings that Ocean want to try and have, you know, Ricky, he's only 300 gold away from his Desolator. They want to be able to back it up with a lot of these other teamfight influencing items.
Yeah, the neutral deficit is actually going to hurt them a little bit. I don't know if there's going to be any actual fights. Fame coming in here, but will be punished immediately by RNG. That's their high ground, and XMY trying to waddle out of there without boots. Does pop the grave and go for the TP. Do they have any way to interrupt this? They do have an overgrowth. They really want this Dazzle dead, and that will be a kill for September. As
run, Necrobook, run!
Oh, is it out of there? I'll lose the Archer. He's good. He's clear.
He's gonna go off and farm in his boots.
Where's he going?
But
yeah, it's just...
It's such a heavy commitment, though, when you think about it. The Arena of Blood down for another 50 seconds. The Overgrowth 70 seconds. Ricky didn't die, and now he's got his level 12 and the Cloak and the Desolator. Sorry. So they're going in trying to make something happen.
I don't know if they're actually finding anything here. Tusk, maybe not the jump. ZC does go in onto the Queen of Pain. He's pretty tanky. Setsu not brought down yet. Just turns around with the Sonic Wave. Turns the Tusk into paste. They're going to stun the Dragon Knight over to the side. They're chasing after Flywind now. Desolator doing decent damage. He needs to turn around with the Bulwark. Ola's still chasing, but everything's on cooldown. At least ZC can jump forward, get out one more stun. They've also found Super. Double kill for this Ricky. Mid lane is getting taken out by Monet all the while, and this Naga Siren just getting scarier and scarier. Looks like they will be able to bring down the tier 1, though RNG trying to hold on to it as long as possible. Glyph and the Living Armor coming in now.
Ooh, DK was searching forward, trying to get the pick off on these heroes that are staying up above the tier 1.
Alright, DK. Okay, at least he's got a
Quelling
Blade to get out of there. Okay, they're gonna finish the tower. This Dragon Knight pick has turned out to be pretty value for Ocean, all things considered.
Yeah, but you can see how the mentality on RNG is starting to change. You've got Naga Siren just hitting up into her level 15. She's going to get a nice little boost in stats. And next up, she's gone for that Diffusal Blade. So she realizes that with all this space that her team has made for her, using these ultimates at the ready, it has enabled her to become this team fighting presence. So the D-Blade is really going to enable that.
Are you at all surprised to see... I'm not even sure what the common choice is on Naga for the level 10 talent. So he's gone for the illusion, the image damage, but then went for the strength at 15. I guess they're all viable, really. I've seen it go both ways.
Yeah, Naga's one of those things where there's not really any bad talents. I guess 30% evasion isn't great at level 25 because most people will have a way to counter it.
Maybe the thought this game is that they just have so much lockdown that he can afford to go for the heavier damage talent at 10. Doesn't really need the move speed, and then given that he's going the Diffusal and not like this Scotty build that we have been seeing a little bit, maybe he can just go for the strength.
Yeah, this four-man smoke on Ocean not clashing into anyone. Super was the one that was closest to going down, but again, it would have just been a pos 5 Oracle, not the hugest deal for them. They're just going to get an outpost instead, but any sort of failed gank, it takes 30 seconds off your time, and in that, Monet just creeps closer and closer to picking up that D-Blade.
Yep, and Setsu's just working on a BKB, so he's going to be pretty difficult to kill at that point. Olo working on a Battle Fury, but Dragonite just sitting on some gold currently. I think one of the most worrying items for Ocean, not only the progression on the Naga Siren, but the fact that this Train Protector is about to pick up a Meteor Hammer. So pushing into RNG is going to get more and more difficult as this game goes on, and they still haven't even taken a tier 2 yet.
Yeah, and despite having died a few times here on Super as well, he's building into a 4-star, and you'd have to think this is almost exclusively for himself. You saw in that last fight, the Riki put basically all of the attention onto him, which is why the Queen of Pain wasn't able to go down. They didn't force out the Fortune's End, but it just seems a little bit... How are you going to be able to kill this Oracle if you're just able to get out of the smoke screen straight away?
Well, RNG kind of setting up at bottom here. Haven't TP'd the Naga just yet, but she does have the... I think she's got the Diffusal Blade completed, just needs the Courier to come out. RNG would at least be willing to defend the tier 2, I imagine, but it does seem like Ocean not going to force this any further. They just take the tier 1 tower and then happily back themselves out. They are already getting a little bit low on the Dragon Form duration for DK, so just going to go back to farming for a second.
He was considering it. He had his Courier sitting underneath that tier 2 tower on the bot side of the map, just in case he wanted to TP there, instantly pick up the D-Blade and then fight. Of course, the Song of the Siren now level 2, so it's going to be reasonably difficult to deal with on Ocean, as we were talking about beforehand, with those 3 melee cores. And you can see now Monet, he's keen, he wants to make something happen with the rest of his team.
RNG running in here. I don't even... Was the... Maybe the smoke wasn't broken. Oh, they saw the Courier. I think they saw the Courier on the Observer Ward and realizing really quickly that he was getting ganked. So, good reaction. Does avoid that. DK gonna live to fight another day. Go and clear out the mid-wave. Instead, RNG just set their sights on the tier 2 tower at the bottom side. Pop's gonna be going for a Silver Edge next. Pretty nice to have against the Dragonite, I suppose.
Not too much you can do, I mean, on Ola's side at this point, just to make something happen on the other side of the map like Ola's doing, and sit back and make sure you're not getting caught out. So it's a tier 2 for a few neutrals. Not the greatest trade, but basically all that you can do right now.
I'm having the same problem this game with the 3 Tusks that I feel like we've seen with all the position 3 Tusks. Like, even if you do fine in the lane, you just don't really farm. And hasn't been able to apply that much pressure. He does have a blink. Flywind goes blinking in just straight on top of the Dazzle. Setsu's got a BKB, so he can position here if he wants. They're trying to go on the Oracle in the back lines. That's a decent jump. And the Mortimer's Kiss is doing alright damage, focusing down the Naga Siren a little bit. Dragonite out on an island, though, completely burned out of all of his mana, and now RNG just going to swarm him. Setsu holding them back. He does have a Sonic Wave. Here comes September with the Overgrowth. On to 3. Sonic Wave cleans up the Riki. Fame and TZY just going to have to run for it. Fame realizing that he's dead. Just going to create a little bit of a diversion, but RNG, they're not done. Monet wants to pop the song to get TZY, but he gets the blink. So he's going to be alright. They're looking for him, thinking that he might be in the fog here somewhere, but no, they didn't get him. But still, overall fight, very positive for RNG.
Yeah, there's that inevitability we were talking about. Not even perfect spell usage. You know, Overgrowth being used at the end for pick-off as opposed to this huge wombo combo. Meteor Hammer hit onto nothing. Song of the Siren wasn't used. Oracle picked off before he was able to use Fortune's End, and yet still such a convincing Team 5 victory.
And they really did. They shut the Riki out of that fight pretty effectively. He came in trying to do some more damage. Oh, TZY.
Radiant's middle tower has
He's got a
fallen.
snowball. Timber just still pressuring him. Alright, here comes the snowball, but that's going to let Mars get into position. Gets the blink away. Can he get a TP out? He's looking for it. Spear? Not quite timely enough. So, well done by him. Setsu, however, still just holding the mid-wave. Bottom just being completely controlled by illusions at this point. Benefits of having a Naga Siren. And Monet just getting bigger and bigger. He's going to get into a butterfly shortly. And at that point, I don't think they have any real way to deal with this Naga Siren.
Yeah. And that's the thing with this 14 strength as well. You can just chuck a couple of Naga Siren illusions down into a lane, and it's really hard to take them down before, you know, you've got low mana pools on this DK, on this Tusk, and really, what can they do after that if a team fight's to happen straight after?
And this is kind of what you were concerned about, right? You said, okay, well, the DK is okay, but is it what they actually need here? And this is the downside of not having something like a Lesh or a Lina or something that can clear the waves quickly and still be a threat to... I guess I'm mostly thinking about the Lesh. I don't even know if Lina would have done that much. But they were stuck between a rock and a hard place because they needed Naga counters, but then they also needed more push to deal with the living armor and everything else.
Yeah, don't get me wrong, the DK's played this game really well for the hand that he's been dealt, but it just seems like they're in a losing
Jump
position.
in, they're going on to the Strain Protector, but here comes the Overgrowth, here comes the Arena. Could they maybe fight after that? Nice grave, but TZY looking like he's still going to get ticked down. Does get the Snowball to survive a little bit longer. ZC looking for the jump. Setsu, King of the Hill with the double damage, now spots XMY. Throws at the Sonic Wave, doesn't quite find the kill. Forced to pop the BKB, still chasing. Over on the other side, Flywind doing a little loop around. Setsu still fighting with the double damage. He knows that his BKB is protecting him. Now he hops back to the team. He's getting a triple kill all by himself. Monet wants to join in on the fun. The BKB getting popped from the Dragon Knight, but that is just going to be for him to TP out. Riki, where are you in this fight? Did actually chase down Setsu on the other side and get the kill, but still no answers for the Naga.
Yeah, pretty nicely done, getting that 6 kill streak and taking out the courier as well. Cheekily done. Preventing that butterfly timing onto Monet, who's going to hit his level 20 soon enough, but yeah, it just feels like a little bit too little too late. Ola doing his best to try and get some of those neutral items at 25 with the newly acquired Battle Fury. Will they get this courier as well? The nighttime probably won't reveal it. It's just going to be able to get away.
That was a great little sequence for Ola. We got the Quap kill, got the
Monet's
courier
found it,
kill. Now he's getting spotted, just going to go for the TP out. There's a spear! And that's going to give them the vision that they need to finish this kill.
Man, we got to stop with these caster curses.
We've actually been really bad today, huh? And we've only done, I mean, the two of us have only done one series, but it was, they've been two really bad ones. I was like, oh yeah, Monet, awesome farm dice. And then, oh yeah, Ola, great sequence for him. The end of the sequence, not so great. That's when you create the clip, and then you just don't quite show the end. Then you put up the text, and then he survived, and they won the game.
It's like an Always Sunny sort of thing. Like, oh, he's having a great game, and it like plays the Always Sunny music like he did not have a great game. Or something
then the intro card comes up.
The gang has a bad game.
Well, Setsu's got his Shadow Blade. He's still just pressuring the side lanes. X and Y working on his Guardian Greaves. I don't know if there's any new items really coming up for poor old Ocean, or at least nothing that's going to compare to the Butterfly that Monet is going to get once his courier respawns. Going to be going for a BKB after that. So really,
they got a Mindbreaker, which is nice. They can have a little bit of extra setup onto Setsu.
That's good.
Force him to use the early BKB.
Definitely. What's our other neutral item situation? We got a Repair Kit and an Enchanted Quiver. On the other side, Destruction, Enchanted Quiver, Repair Kit, and a Titan Sliver.
Oof. Titan Sliver is going to come real handy for RNG. Just hitting up onto level 20 on this Naga Siren as well, so the extra illusion. Korea is going to be respawning in 50 seconds, so that's going to be the completed butterfly as well.
Monet's trying to decide. He's like, he just sat there swapping back and forth. He's like, orb, Titan Sliver, orb, Titan Sliver, orb.
Should I? Shouldn't I?
In the end, he decided to stick with the Orb of Destruction.
And an illusion root. This is actually disgusting.
Yeah. Yep. What are Ocean looking for? They're smoked up. I'll show their vision for a second. So they knew that the Quap was up here, hoping to find him maybe with the chain stun, but if he gets the BKB off, and you can hear he's already blinked away. They're still chasing him though. Setsu, Dragon Form pops, but he gets the BKB off as the response, and now he's just gonna fight this one out. Maybe look for the blink away shortly after. Flywind coming in, doesn't quite get the Spear of Mars onto anything successful. ZC just gonna pop the BKB and try and walk away. Monet has other things to say about that. Overgrowth, not quite there in time. Instead, they're just gonna go for the easier target, XMY. TZY looking for the TP. Dazzle's gonna get left for dead. Buys himself a few more seconds with his Grave. Flywind trying for the timing, not quite right, but in the end, Ocean not the gank that they were looking for.
No, but I mean, what are they trying to achieve out of this? I guess they wanted to catch him before he was able to get that BKB off, right? But
yeah,
do they have the burst potential? Kinda, sorta.
I think it was a possible pick, but just like they need to be able to lead with the Dragon Tail or the punch, and then they do have pretty good chain stun after that. But yeah, RNG already in the pit. Tusk, what can you do here? He was thinking about blinking in and trying for the steal. His bracer's in his backpack, but not happening. Age is secured for the Naga Siren, and Monet just getting fatter by the seconds.
Dire's top tower is
Nice
under
job by
attack.
September to walk forward with the Leech Seed on as well. Immediately disables that Blink Dagger. Prevents any sort of turnaround there onto the Roche Pit.
Yeah, at this point, RNG just kind of gonna walk down the mid lane.
Tower is under
Yeah,
attack.
why not? These illusions, they're happy to take up this tower.
Where are you at, Ocean? Alright, TPs are coming back now. Mortimer's Kisses plus the repair kit. They're cleaning it out a little bit. Flywind, maybe a bit far forward, but September looking to help him out on the backlines. Oracle getting gone on, but will be able to save himself. Courier's dying, but no heroes just yet as they're trying to chase down this Ricky. Ola's begging for a blink away, but there's too many roots, too many stuns. And now he is down for 80 seconds. Ocean, what can they do without their Ricky? I'm not really sure. Alright, Dragon Form popped. Trying to clear the illusions, buy themselves a little bit more time, jump in. They will get the kill on the Oracle, but I think that might be all that they get. Setsu with the double.
Dire's bottom tower is
Ocean still valiantly spamming. Buyback from the Tusk. Repair kit still doing its magic. Monet getting gone on someone. Flywind with the jump in. BKB available for the Dragon Knight, but he's losing a lot of life here. That BKB just going to let him walk out of the arena. XMY getting punched in the face by Flywind. Sonic Wave pushing everybody back as Monet is just looking for his first target. There's TZY being brought down. Illusions keep on moving forward. Setsu and Flywind teaming up to find one more kill. ZC buying back into the game, but it's he's hit here all by himself and no Dragon Form. So he's had enough, and the GG will be called. RNG taking this one in very convincing fashion. 31-minute win.
Yeah, wonder when the Naga's going to be banned next game, or at least in the front of their mind, because if you've got a player that's capable of doing it, it's a little bit versatile in multiple positions. It can punish you like that, even with only 10 hero kill involvements out of 24. It just made such a big difference into how RNG were able to transition into that mid to late game.
Is Naga kind of the new Wraith King? Like, just this hero that AFK farms for 20 minutes and just comes out with an unstoppable amount of items? Like, I think Wraith Kings would be nerfed, but Naga is still sort of in this, if you get a free game, it's a really free game territory.
Yeah, I suppose. With Wraith King, it was a little easier to at least stop the split push, whereas if the Naga Siren gets uber farmed, you can't, as a support, just go into a side lane. All of your mana gets chunked down, you get a good amount of damage put onto you as well. I suppose you're a little bit more vulnerable to getting 100 to 0'd by a big combo, you know, a Void or something like that, whereas the Wraith King doesn't quite have that vulnerability. But yeah, RNG, great job to recognize the strength that it would bring to their team and winning convincingly as a result.
It's cool to see the Queen of Pain do well. as well. I think that hero has been creeping its way back in little by little, and I'm always looking forward to seeing more Quap. It's been too long, Danog. We've had this huge period of time in Dota 2 history where Queen of Pain has just been an absolutely trash can hero. So you watch. Now I've said this, and the patch changes are going to come out, and there's going to be some nerf
Removed from the game.
Yeah, waiting for Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain reworked 4 new abilities.
Yeah.
There you go. Anyway, that's going to wrap it up for our first game, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Game 2 of Ocean versus RNG coming up in just a couple minutes.